Hey y'all, it's your girl Miss Antesha, the host of the newest podcast called Raising a Woman. From pain to purpose, let's talk about it. But first, let's talk about all these glitches I've been having leading up to this launch. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this last week or two has been something else. There's been so many T's and so many I's that I need to cross and dot just to get to this moment. I'm so happy and proud of myself. But one of the things I'm not proud of was my favorite key light. Oh my goodness. That light has been holding me down for quite some time. And why, as soon as I go to record for the podcast, it died on me. So here we are in Shadowland. If you're watching this on video, okay, we got a little bit of shadows going on or whatnot. The lighting's maintaining, but I would have liked to have been in the bright light. I'm not gonna lie to you. So the magic question to start this thing off, how did we get here? How did I get here? How did I decide that, you know what, I'm gonna do a podcast? You want the long version or you want the short version? You know what? I'll give you a little mixture. A few months ago, I was actually working for Target at one of their distribution centers. And I had been there almost 6 years. And I reached my breaking point. I couldn't do it. They had stressed me out mentally so bad. It was either going to be me or the job. And I 100% chose myself. You know, I am someone who has battled for a long time with depression since childhood. And I expressed how it made me feel. You know, they had started giving me audits all the time, you know, so monitoring and reviewing my work multiple times in a week, mind you, multiple times in a day. Then they'll go and grab other people to watch. Not a single person could tell me actually really what I was doing wrong because I wasn't doing anything wrong. I worked in inbound at that time. And so we're unloading the trailers. We have certain numbers that we have to make, of course, and sometimes you get them and sometimes you don't because it's all about the trailer that you have. When I have the trailer with the product on there that gets the numbers, I get the numbers. When I have a trailer that's chaotic and mixed with a whole bunch of stuff, I can't get the numbers. And that's for anybody, mind you. That's just not something pertaining towards me. And so I got the crappy trailers more often than the good ones for sure. But I never complained about it. I mean, it was all product that needed to be put away to make it to our stores. And I'm a worker, so I'm going to do the work. But I would think that my management would recognize that and that they would see that and or fight for me on that if it was their boss who was questioning them. But instead, they just kept trying to figure out what was wrong. I felt like a project that was being worked on. I actually told them, you know, I feel like a zoo animal because y'all are just watching me. And so I was on edge. I said, I can't do this. I cannot do this. And so I ended up putting my resignation in, not right away, because I am, okay, your girl is a college student. I was going to say kid, but girl, we past kid age. We auntie. We in auntie season. And Target was 100% paying for my education. And that was one of the things that was keeping me there. However, I had to choose myself and I said, I don't care. I'll pay for it. I'll take out the loans, the debt, the whatever. Because one thing for certain, I'm not quitting school. I'm in school still now. post Target because I am going to get that degree. You know, it is something that I didn't think I could ever do, didn't think I was smart enough or capable enough to do. But I know that's not true. I know that's not true. And I'm going to get that degree by any means necessary. So once I knew that, I said, I have to let this go. You know, I had been talking to God about it, right? Because you got to check in. You have to. When everything's falling apart, when your life is crumbling, you got to check in with God. You must. And so I'm asking God, like, what do you want me to do? Because I felt within myself, I could feel there's something I'm supposed to get out of me. There is something great inside of me, something big. And I have to stop running from it, if that makes sense. I don't know if you've ever had that feeling of knowing that you're meant for something. There's something that you're supposed to do. But the thought of it is it's so big. It's so scary that you don't start it, right? And then you become accustomed to your routine and the life that you're living, and really you start to settle. I know I did. And so I'm talking to God and I'm praying, and what do you want me to do? Is what I'm asking. Like, God, please tell me what do you want me to do? And I got my answer. And from the moment I got the answer, from the moment that I knew inside of me that this is what I'm supposed to do, is head in this direction, it changed everything. It changed everything. I remember saying to myself, I reached my breaking point. That's what I was thinking at first. I was thinking, I finally reached my breaking point. I finally reached my breaking point. And then I thought about it a little more and I realized that's not it. Like, Antesha, that's not it. Girl, you have reached a breaking point a lot. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. You have reached your breaking point so many times. So it's not that you reached your breaking point. It's that you finally reached your breakthrough point. I had never reached my breakthrough point. Oh, I've been broken. I've reached the breaking point, but I've never reached the breaking through point. I've never walked through the door. I've never gotten to that point of walking through the door until then. And I promise you, as soon as I started walking through, I knew this was all me. I knew this path was my path and that I was finally stepping into and going to actually be walking in my purpose. So here we are with Raising a Woman podcast. And I'm so excited to be here with you. I'm so excited to discuss all the various things that we as women go through. We're at different stages, you know, maybe age wise, maybe the same age, but just different points. You know, I am ready to build this community with you. I need you. Like, sis, I need you. Why you think I don't? You really that girl, if I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm gonna be honest with you, you really that girl. Right? So why wouldn't I want to rock with you? Why wouldn't I want you to come join me in this movement? I need you. I need my tribe. Can I tell you something? That's one thing that I have so desperately needed my whole life was my tribe. I never had that. There are so many women who I went to school with, we're social media friends, and I am so amazed by the fact that so many of you are still best friends with your best friends from high school and junior high and even elementary school. And that just really, oh my gosh, it just does something to me because I don't have that. I never had that. I've been doing this thing on my own. I've been walking this journey on my own. No sisterhood, no sisterhood. And I have let me stop. I have my cousins, um, who I call my sisters. I love y'all. Don't y'all be coming for me later. Talking about something. Why you on there talking about something? You got sisters. Boo, I know. Like, listen. I know. We know we locked. Okay. We locked. It's family, it's cousins, it's sisters, it's yes. I'm talking about like the friend groups though. I'm talking about my whole entire life, because we didn't necessarily, grow up together. But I want my tribe, I want my people, you know, I I wanna laugh with you. I wanna have a good time with you. And yeah, we're gonna definitely cry. And this is the first episode, and I can probably almost guarantee you I'm gonna crack at some point. So be prepared for that. I'm not really emotional until I'm actually emotional, if that makes sense. And oh, the ugly cry. Oh, not today, please. Not today. Not the ugly cry. Not the ugly cry. But I'm just trying to figure everything out. I am 42 years old. I don't have no problem. Listen, ain't no shame in that at all. If you aging, you're lucky and you're blessed because so many did not get to do that. So I'm 42 years old. I don't have any kids though. That's the thing. And I very much want to be a mother. Um I'm not without a child because of any fertility reasons. At least none that I know of. You know, from what I know, no, everything is still fine. And that's not the reason. The reason I don't have children is because I was intentional about wanting to make sure that I was healthy enough mentally to have children, right? I knew that depression was a problem. I knew my self worth was low, my self esteem was low. And I just couldn't imagine myself bringing children into the world and I'm not even healthy. And yes, I would love them and I would do everything that right that all good mothers, that all of you who have kids I know do. But for me, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't using my children to try and make myself happy, if that makes sense. Trying to live my happiness through them. I was very mindful of thinking about even um, my insecurities and my trauma. I don't want to pass that down to my kids. I think a lot of times, unknowingly that can happen. You know, children watch everything and are very aware. Even without you trying and knowing, you could be passing on some negative traits from your insecurities, your self doubt. Children pick up on that. And I didn't want my reflection, to be a negative one to them that they then absorbed, especially if I have a daughter, right? If I have a daughter and she looks like me and I'm like, oh, I hate this about myself and I hate that about myself, and she's going to be thinking, like, well, I guess this isn't right on me either. So my self esteem and self worth is a part of, um, an important part of me becoming a mother. I want those two to align, you know. And I don't want to have kids, even though I most certainly want to. I want to be married and then have children. That's just my personal preference. I'm not saying that it's wrong for anyone else, but that's what I actually want. And I don't want to settle on that. Right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Because people have told me, girl, just pick somebody. I've literally heard that. I have heard that before. Just pick somebody. I'm like, what? They're like, girl, just pick somebody because you're getting old. And it's like, no, I understand. I'm not delusional about my age. Let's be clear about that. I'm not delusional about my age, but I do feel um it's definitely God's say. But I do hope and I do pray that he still has it for me to become a mother, and to be more specific, a biological mother. I mean, I'll adopt and all of that stuff too, but I want to experience that, you know. Um, I think it's cool how so many of y'all have your mini me's, right? To look at your kid and see yourself. How awesome is that? That's a blessing. And I hope to one day, not too far. Not too far in the future. We 42, God. Not too far in the future. I hope to be able to see that. But right now, listen. Right now, I'm in my auntie era. This baby is auntie season. It's auntie season down. Okay. And I'm not upset about it. I love being an auntie. I love being an auntie. I love being in this auntie age because, baby, what it tells, let me tell you what it tells me. It tells me that I'm seasoned. It tells me that I'm of a particular level, right? I'm of a particular level. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Single, listen, it is what it is right now, right? We working on ourselves. We've been healing. We've been doing good. And this is where I'm at. Auntie season it is. Okay. This is an interesting period of time too, because what I have noticed, is the spectrum is so wide for this age range, right? Some of you already grandparents, and that still shocks me because I'm just like, girl, ain't no way you got grandkids. We the same age, and it just time goes by so fast, though, right? Then you have the ladies who are, some of y'all are the menopause, honey. Child, was it the perimenopause? I be seeing on social media. I'm like, oh, it's hitting y'all. Yes, y'all sweating and everything else. Then I'll come across some ladies who are older and just had a baby, whether it be for the first time or starting over. Be having that 20-year age gap, right? Uh, Either that spontaneous pregnancy or that new love started over pregnancy, right? So here y'all are, in your 40s or late 30s, even if you want to say being new moms, whether, the first time or starting all over again. And then there's my category, right? My category, Miss Antesha category, where I have no children and want them. So it's an awesome decade period to be in because I think it's beautiful because it really shows the nuance, the just the spectrum of us as women. We can be in the same age group and hold so many different spaces within it. And that's what I want to talk about on this podcast. I want us to dive into who we are as women. I feel it's, at least for me, I know I haven't had enough women growing up to really to talk to and to guide me. And we kind of, I don't want to say, I don't know, gatekeep is the word, but you get comfortable with keeping things private, right? You don't want people to know this and you don't want people to know that. And it really serves as a disservice to us because we can learn so much from each other's journeys. Um, I, as a woman in her 40s, definitely have insight and could share a lot to someone in their 30s or maybe, especially in their 20s. But as well, you have so much to offer me too from, being in your 20s and your 30s. And I think that bridging that gap and us really diving into where we're all at individually will collectively make us better, right? The amount of inspiration and guidance that we can get from each other, I mean, it's unmatched. It's unmatched because we have a story to tell. We all have a testimony, right? And somewhere out there, someone is waiting for you. I feel that way. I believe that there are literally people who are waiting for your testimony, right? Because you're the next guide for them. Think about that. Someone is out there waiting for you. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to get on your path. They're waiting for you to share your testimony. They're waiting for you to step into your purpose because you are the next guide for them in their journey. So someone's waiting for you, sis. Someone's definitely waiting for you. You got to take care of yourself. You have to love on yourself. You have to work through your pain. It is hard. It's not easy. I know that for a fact. I have spent definitely my whole adult life being stuck. Just being so stuck. It was like I'm in quicksand almost. It's a strange feeling to be in. And I think definitely the depression. If you're someone who deals with depression, then it can make you foggy, your head, it can make you feel slow motion and everything like that. And so that is the state that I have been in for so long. And now look at me. I'm breaking through it. I'm breaking through it and I cannot wait to see what the future has in store for me. I am so excited about my journey. I'm so excited about raising a woman and what I know we're going to build here and how we're just really going to grow and help each other and love on each other. And this is going to be one for the books. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to go ahead and say it. This one's going to be one for the books. But we got to make sure that we're putting in the work. And that's hard to do when you're running from it or when you're hiding from it. I started to realize that it wasn't me hiding my secrets, right? Because are my business, right? Because we were like, don't tell your business. Why are you telling your business? Why are you telling your business, girl? I realized, particularly over these last couple of years, because I've been speaking more to people about the things that I go through. And what I realized is that it wasn't my business that I was hiding from people or, keeping a secret. It was my trauma. It was my trauma, right? Because Secrets like your business, that's your bit. That's like things about you. You just, you want to keep this like, girl, this ain't your business. Like, don't even worry about it. But your trauma is the things that were done to you, the horrible things that you've experienced, um, all of that, and that's not something to keep secret. Because what I know for fact is that trauma loves darkness. Trauma loves darkness. Think of it like this. Like if you have a house, right? Imagine you have a house, or maybe you've seen a house like this, and it's neglected. It's neglected. You haven't tended to the house, right? To the landscape of it. So what happens? The grass grows high, the weeds are growing, um, vines might start to grow around the house, um, busting through the panels, uh, roots of nearby trees, into the foundation because it was left unattended. So think about what leaving your trauma unattended does. You're just allowing it to grow. It loves that you keep it to yourself. It loves being the mystery. It loves being the thing that people don't know about, because as long as you continue to not shine light on it, it's going to continue to be unruly and just do what it wants to do until eventually it starts tearing apart your foundation. And so the hardest part of healing really is, to me at least, finally speaking about the things that are heavy. Finally exhaling, right? Because it's like been holding it in for so long. So then you want to exhale. Be easy on yourself. Be easy on yourself, but know that there's some steps to take, and getting to healing's not easy, but it is worth it. It is worth it. And life is, the thing about it is, life be lifing. Even through the dark times, right? Life still be going on. People still be having a good time. They be going to concerts, um, games, movies. People be laughing and joking, and your whole world is crumbling. Your whole world is literally crumbling. I have literally been there, where like every piece was just, it was falling in slow motion. And I could just like see it hitting the ground. And the world was so normal. But what I realized from that is that that's actually the beauty of life. That's what is needed. Because if everybody was in that dark place with me, how am I going to get out? How would I get back into the light if everybody's life fell apart when mine's did? It may be difficult to see people continuing to go on while your world is falling apart, but it's needed. It's needed to help you get through what you're going through. And so you can't be afraid, or I just don't feel like it has to look a certain way. Your healing has to look a certain way. It's different for everybody. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. I promise you, their journey is theirs and yours is yours. Right? And you can't compare it. It's not meant to be compared. We're all meant to run our own race. right? We all have our own destinies and purpose and things in life that we want to fulfill and need to fulfill. So be easy on yourself. Make sure you've given yourself all the self-care that you need. Listen, I got the self-care raising a woman t-shirt on right now. Okay, this is in the shop. You guys, please go to raisingawoman.com. There is so much merch there. So much. I worked really hard on it and making sure that there's a lot of good quality stuff on there because it's my business, and I take what I do seriously. I take my name seriously. I don't want nobody playing with my name. Don't let nobody play with yours either. Like, don't ever do that. Um, Life is a journey as well as healing. Healing is a journey too. Even though I'm at this place, I know I didn't reach the end point. It's not as if I can say or will say, oh, I'm healed. I don't know that that's the correct answer. I don't know that it's I'm healed, more so than I am healing, or that I'm on a healing path finally, right? I'm finally on a healing path. And I thank God for it. I am so blessed to be here. I will be honest with you. Um, Man, there are so many times that I wanted to give up on life, right? There are so many times that I wanted to end my life. More times than I could ever count. Um, that's wild. But I never went through with it. Oh, it's been some times where I was on edge, where I felt like, what if something snaps inside of me? And even though this isn't what I really want, I end up doing it. Luckily, I never had to find out. But during those moments, I always found a way to find something to guide me out of it. Like just a little bit of light somewhere. It whatever was positive, whatever was good, I would like lock in on that. It didn't matter if I got $1 raise at the job, locked in on that, right? Cuz I'm like, I'm still not making nowhere near what I need to make. But I'm making more today than I was yesterday or than I was last week, last month, last year. And I remember I used that. This was like several years ago. I used that to help get me through that moment. And so a few months ago, about 4 or 5 months ago, I was actually reflecting on this. I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, Antesha, you have thought about checking out of life so many times, and you never did. Like, that's how? And then I was like, man, I'm strong. Like, now I'm just like standing tall. Like, I'm resilient. I overcame that. And then as soon as I felt that way, and I said that, like a revelation came to me, and it just immediately it hit me, and I realized that it wasn't me. It was God. The light that kept me going was God. I thought it was me. Um, I thought, I try to be a positive, I'm a positive thinker and try to look at the good side of things. And so that's what I thought. I thought, the positive nature of me was always able to find something, no matter how simple it was, to help pull me out of that darkness. But then I realized that day that it was 100% God. God was always with me. He was always walking with me, even if I wasn't always walking with Him. And that's incredible. That is amazing. It is a blessing. God was like he was my lighthouse, right? Like the lighthouses when the ships are out in the distance and they can see the lighthouse, and like the guide of guiding them in. That's what God was to me my entire life. He's my lighthouse. He kept sending me light, and I'm grateful for that. I am. I told you this first episode, but I promise you I'm gonna crack at some point. And here I am cracking. um but I love life. I love life. It's been difficult, but it's been worth it. And my journey is my journey for a reason. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, speaking of God, I actually kind of, in a way, might have requested my life to be this way. Well, what do you mean, Antesha? What was you requesting, girl? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. So we gotta go back in time for this one. Okay, this was high school. Oh my gosh, I had to be like 15, 16. So this was like 10th or 11th grade. I remember I had this class, an elective class. It was called, if I'm not mistaken, Positive Direction. And I really liked that class. And the teacher, I remember we had the chalkboard, I think, up front, and we had the dry eraser board on the right of the class. And he had come over to the dry eraser board and he drew a timeline. So he put an X at the beginning of it, and he said, "This is where you're at right now." Now, mind you, I said I was like 15, 16. I mean, we weren't far on that timeline at all. We weren't deep in the cut yet, right? So he was like, "This is where you are, and this is where your life expectancy, is going to be or will be." And so I remember saying to myself, because I don't think I said out loud. Did I? I don't think I said it out loud, but I said for certain to myself, you know what? I want my younger years to be the worst years of my life, because we're not even young that long. Like, why do I want my younger years to be the greatest years of my life? And then as I get older, it falls apart. Nah. I want my life to get better as I get older. And sure enough, what do you think? What do you think happened? Thank you, God, for listening. Yeah. I asked for it. I think about that all the time. Like, girl, you literally was sitting there in that class, in that positive direction class, talking about something. I want my younger years to be the messed up years, so I can live it up as I get older. And now here I am, 42 years old, and I'm really finding my stride. I'm really wholeheartedly stepping into my purpose. I'm feeling good. It's like new me, new day. Um, it's so much that I'm excited about. So much I'm looking forward to. And I really am grateful to be here with you. And I really do believe in raising a woman. Um, but I believe in you. Can I tell you something? I I don't know. I don't know. Can I what I want to tell you, I want to tell you what it is that I want for you. But I don't it's only episode number 1, right? Like is that like an episode number 3 or 4 type of thing? Like we warming up. Is it like a date? Are we warming up to it? Are we just gonna jump in? Like I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, so I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna do episode number 1. I'm not gonna wait till number 3, number 4. None of that. Okay, we gonna right off the top. So let me tell you what it is that I want for you. Are you listening? Like I don't want to tell you if you're not listening now. Are you locked in? All right. What I want for you is for you to get everything that belongs to you. Every blessing that has your name on it. Every prayer that's sent up in love. I want you to receive everything that you're meant to receive because you're worthy of it. You deserve it. And honestly, it's yours. And yeah, there's so many people and things trying to stop it. But baby, what God got for you, oh my gosh. What he got for you? What? Who gonna stop? Who gonna stop? Who gonna stop you? You with God? Nah. Yeah, we have down points. Absolutely. We gotta go through our ups and downs. It's a part of the shaping and the lessons. But I want for you to have it all. But I want for you to not think that you can't have it all or to become to lower your standards, so to speak. Like I want you to think big and to dream big and to know that if it seems hard, it is. But that's also where you're supposed to be. That's where the real growth comes from. I'm living it right now. I don't know that I could have imagined myself starting my own business really a year or two ago. It's something I always wanted, but I was convinced after I graduate from college, then that's when I'll be a business owner. And God said, "No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You got to get to this thing now because you've been holding off on it for too long." And it's been challenging, but not challenging in a bad way because I'm finally in my zone. And so even though I've been putting in a lot of work and investing a lot of money into this, it still feels so much more better than working somewhere that was killing me, you know, that was breaking me down. And now I'm in school and that's been something else. Let me tell you this. I love school. I love school. So I am an online student, right? My school should I tell y'all what my school what? Yeah, well, why not? Why not? So I go to Bellevue University. It's in Nebraska. Okay. I'm a Bruin, honey. A Bruin. The mascot is like an angry bear. Why do mascots always have to be angry? I've noticed that. There'd be like angry animals and stuff like that. I don't know what that's about. But baby, we are Bruins. Okay. Auntie's a Bruin, honey. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Show him. Show him. And it has been a time. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I wouldn't be here with you right now if I hadn't gone back to school. School has held me down in so many ways. when I was going through the dark periods at my job, um, school had me so excited. It felt it literally was the only good thing that was happening for me at those times. And the amount of growth that I have experienced and the ways in which I have developed is a big part of the reason of, how I'm here with you today, and um starting raising a woman, and the online store. you know School had so much to do with it. I always thought that, well, I could just learn on my own, self learn and do all of that. And yeah, you can do all that. There's so much, we have access to so much, we can learn so much. But I'll be real with you. Since going back to school, I've realized that I'm learning in a way that I couldn't on my own. I don't know if it's just the atmosphere, and I'm an online student and it still is this way. If it's the pressure, maybe, of what all you have to do, or if it's the deadlines, or just the work in general, but it really is molding me and has molded me in such an amazing way that is a part of my journey of being here in front of you right now. So I am grateful for school, but I tell you what I'm not grateful for. Discussion boards. Oh my God. Can we discuss discussion boards? Does anybody know what the discussion boards about them? Mm. So discussion boards, I assume it's because we're online students. I would think that students who are actually on campus wouldn't have to do discussion boards, but I don't know that. They might have to, and if so, that really sucks. But the discussion boards, if you don't know what those are, that's basically like the online form of class participation. And so you gotta you gotta up in the discussion boards, you gotta talk in the discussion boards. But the problem is there's requirements. It's always word counts. It's like practically almost every teacher has word counts. Some have more than others. Um, for the most part, on average, every teacher wants us to reply to two different students. So you have to do an original post, right? Answering whatever, the question is, or questions that your professor has put in the discussion board. And then you'll later, a couple days later, within the next couple days, you have to reply to at least two other students. And so I don't like discussion boards. It's another writing assignment. Baby, we already got essays. We got projects we gotta do. Now you got me up in here counting words to talk to classmates. And like, oh my God, please, no, no, no. So I will say I'm not a fan of discussion boards. And also, my elective classes don't be electing. I kid you not. I kid you not. I thought elective meant like easier. So when I was getting into my elective classes, I was like, oh, finally. I'm gonna have a little break. I'm gonna have a little break, finally, not all this work. No, them elective classes, they're just regular classes. And it makes sense because you have to think about it, because it's a class for somebody's major. Yes, it might be my elective because this isn't my major, but it's literally somebody else's major. So there's not really elective classes. It's just either classes for your major or not for your major. And the work is still the work. It's still the work, honey. So I be I be thinking I got a hold of it every semester. And every semester I be fighting for my life. I'll be fighting the good fight. The good fight. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. It's the truth, but it is worth it. I know it's worth it, and I'm gonna see it through all the way to the end. I have to. I have to. And even though I'm no longer, where I was working at and trying to move up there within that company, And now that I've started my own, because people was asking me, like, are you gonna still do school? And yeah, I'm still gonna do school. It doesn't matter that I have my own business now. Baby, I'm getting this degree. I'm getting it. It's mine, point blank, period. Okay, she gonna get it. She gonna be a boss and have a degree. So I am excited. I am excited in general. Um, just everything is slowly falling into place. It's one piece at a time, and I want you to know that and to be aware of that, know that things aren't going to be hard all the time. And it might seem like you're never going to get out and you're never going to find a way. But I will say, if you don't already, I highly recommend and encourage you to seek out and talk to God. Because once I stopped um, trying to just do things my way and finally started trying to ask God, like, what is it that I'm supposed to do? That's when it started to become clear. That's when, like, my confidence went up, right? That's when I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Raising a woman. Absolutely. Like, this is where it's at. This is the step for me. This is the next move. And so build that relationship with God, because he's always walking with us. Like I said before, he was walking with me the whole time, even when I wasn't really walking with him. Now that's love. That's real love. I hope that we really, really get this thing together. I hope that we have the most beautiful and experiences ever, from love to whether careers, whether starting a family. Like, I hope we experience everything that's meant for us. As women, it's a heavy crown. A lot of times, it's really a heavy crown to be wearing. And we wear it so well, most of the time. We really do. But we can't just keep going and going and going and going. Um, as if we are just unbreakable, are trying not to break, rather, because that breaking is a part of the healing, if that makes sense, right? Because if you're just running away from it, how are you going to heal? You can camouflage it, you can make yourself feel like you're healing, but until you really start to face your trauma, face the difficult things, you're just like putting a band-aid over it. You're just covering it up, but it's not really going to heal. So come take this journey with me. Huh? Lock in with me. Lock in with me on the socials. Okay. Um, Raising a Woman podcast is the handle, on the socials. So for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. So Raising a Woman podcast. You can also lock in with me, Miss Antesha, Msantesha. And that will be for Instagram and TikTok only for me, right? Um, for the podcast, okay, if you're listening or watching this on YouTube. The podcast is in Spotify. If you have Spotify, on Apple Podcast, on iHeartRadio, and of course, I just said YouTube, right? So we're on 4 different platforms. All right. So I'm sure you got access to one of them podcasts. Go on ahead and follow and start listening. We'll drop new episodes on Mondays. Okay. And please go to the website. Girl, go get you something. Come rock this gear with me. This gear is for us. Like let's rock this raising a woman gear. We got some nice things. Okay, raisingawoman.com. Please go check it out. And it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right? So I have a breast cancer awareness collection. You need to check that out. If you're trying to wear the gear within this month, I'm telling you now, you need to get that order in like this week, today, in order for it to make it to you. You know, I'm a print on demand business. So your items don't get printed up, don't go into production until after your order is placed. And so you want to get it in. If you want to get rock your breast cancer, awareness merch in the month, get that order in. If you like me and you're like, whatever, baby, listen, I'm going to wear, if it's mine, I'm wearing it. I don't care what month we in. You going to still, you going to still see me in it. You definitely going to see me in it in the correct month, but you're going to see me in it outside of the month too, because what you think I spent these coins for? For just the month? No, baby, we're going to wear this. we going to wear this. We're going to wear this every season. Oh my gosh. So go there and go check it out. Show your support. My very own mother is a 2-time breast cancer survivor. Thank God for that, right? That's a blessing. And she just went through the last experience last summer, a year ago. So recently, right? But even within our family, we've experienced, loss from other family members from cancer, the various forms of cancer, but for breast cancer. And so everyone hasn't been lucky. And and I know that even within my own family. And so it is a blessing to still have my mother here. She actually told me to do breast cancer awareness merchandise. She told me this. That lady told me, like, was it 2-3 months ago? She was like, "Oh, make sure you do, you do something for breast cancer month when that comes up. That's gonna sell real good." She said that's gonna, because everybody love to support. So y'all listen, prove my mama right. Prove my mama right. Like, prove my mama right. We got a breast cancer hat that I absolutely love. We got breast cancer awareness shirts, a pink one and a black one. It's a breast cancer awareness bandana and a breast cancer awareness coffee mug. So that's the collection for the breast cancer awareness stuff. But we got other merch too besides that. But like I said, if you want to wear this in the month, if you want to be on key, if you want to be on time, you need to get them orders in this week. Like, you need to get them in this week. Okay? To get it within the month. If not, listen, you just gonna be supporting in November. Ain't no wrong with that. This ain't no wrong with that at all. Listen, do you, okay? But let's do each other together. Let's lock in. Let's do this thing together, right? Listen, I hope y'all have an amazing week. I want this week to be a good week for you. And even if it's not, I want you to know that there are better days ahead. And if you need to replay this, girl, replay this as many times as you need to. As many times as you need to. Because let me tell you something. Let me ask you this. Who told you that you weren't that girl? That you still not that girl? Girl, who told you you not the one? Baby, you the one. You a gift. You are a blessing. Yeah. You listening, right? Don't let them confuse you. Don't let them deceive you. And more importantly, don't do that to yourself. It's outside people doing that. Don't do it from the inside. Okay? Y'all have a blessed week. I am Miss Antesha, your host for Raising a Woman podcast. From pain to purpose, let's talk about it.